question, Ricky. The match with Kevin Nash. After years of talking back and forth, and in the last few months leading into it, were you satisfied with how things turned out? Obviously, you won the match. That had to be satisfying. But were you satisfied with how things turned out?
Well, it was just like this right here. The things that I said a long time ago, I had to man up to it. When I got in the ring with Kevin Nash, and understand me, buddy, being satisfied that ain't the whole point of it. The whole point of the thing was just to let him know that I was man enough to step in the ring with him. Even though, like you did say, I won the match by count out. And what people don't even realize is I stepped aside of a ring with a 7-foot monster. And you have a lot of people out there, and a lot of critics that put our match down, especially when they think, and I'm telling you that they know everything about our business. It was rough. It was hard. I mean, people understand when they watch the match, they'll watch the lick across the back, he hit me in the head, and I've been confronted and even had like independent promoters saying that I got color in the ring. It didn't happen. Anybody watch that tape and tell me that they've seen me? My head got hit on that turnbuckle. And see, that's things that really is me. And don't get me wrong. I was satisfied that the match turned out the way it was because really I didn't get killed. Now, Kevin Nash is a 7-foot monster, and I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence. A lot of that match was stiff. It was hard. I laid him in. But the outcome of the match, at the end, Kevin Nash is Kevin Nash. It come to a point because I was seeing that no matter what it took, he wasn't going to beat me. I wasn't going to give up. I wasn't going to count me out because I was ready for that night, and I was ready for it. I don't know if you really sit down and just really watch the match. You can look at Kevin Nash's eyes. Kevin's, he's a man, but he knew in order, because everybody can tell you, we didn't sit down and go over till finish. We didn't sit there and do things. We went to the ring, and it turned out to be a single match. And let me tell you, I was fighting a 7-foot monster. I threw the first punch, but I had to, and I was for real. And he answered it in a way to let me know that I was for real back, and we gave the people a match, and the outcome of the match is, he got counted out because he knew it was going to be that way. I wasn't going to put him over, he wasn't going to put me over. Yeah. And then let me tell you, that power bomb, you've seen one of these cartoons where they break into a million pieces.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I felt that way. So, but I had it in my heart that I was going to get up no matter what, and Kevin realized that.
Yeah, and I sensed that watching. I think a lot of people I've talked to sensed that watching it too, that, you took the best he could give you. He gave you the snake eyes. He gave you the choke slam. He gave you the power bomb. At some point, either he's going to throw you through the ring, but you weren't going to give up, and that was clear. I mean, he walks out of the ring. I'm thinking he's just tired of throwing you down. He knows he's not going to keep you down.
Well, what the point of that, and please believe me, and people out there, he still respected me, and I respected him too. I mean, he could have hit me and knocked about 10 of my teeth out. You understand me? But he knew in order to beat me, he was going to have to do that. So, he gave me what he had, and I took it. I took it like a man. I put it this way, I took a butt whooping like a man. But to be in that ring with him, to understand, he knew where that match was going. So, as he stopped, he went over and grabbed the microphone. He asked me what the beef was. I told him right out front what it was, I told him what he was, and he answered it. But you see, it's Kevin Nash is Kevin Nash. Nobody's ever going to change that. That's the reason he come back and he went to shake my hand and he firebombed me, because that's Kevin Nash. He don't take none, he don't give none, and I'm hoping he knows the same thing. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a lot older than he is, guys need to watch this match. I mean, you figure out what it's all about, But it was a lot. You talk about out of whole potatoes. They came from everywhere. Okay.
Fans have known you, Ricky, for years. Obviously, your great run as a tag team wrestler. You and Robert had so much success, 8 tag team titles, all over the place with your success as a tag team wrestler. And, of course, fans like me remember your run of matches with Ric Flair back in the NWA Mid-Atlantic back in the 80s, and you gave him some heck of a battles for the world title back then, too. Do you think fans, after this match with Kevin Nash, do you think people might look at you differently and say, man, Ricky Morton was a tough some gun as a singles wrestler too?
Well, guys, everybody has their opinion, but it's not what the people think. It's something that, don't get me wrong, this is what I do. I wrestle for the fans. I do this every night, and I stand up for them. I stand up for independent wrestlers and independent promotions. And I really stood up because AWE is not one of those. AWE is a big promotion. I had a chance to go out there and to wrestle Kevin Nash, but going back, and I'm not trying to lose you on this. It's not what the fans know. It's what sit down and have a talk with Ric Flair. Asked him about how I am in a single match. And nowadays asked Kevin Nash. And I realized that I'm an older man, and I told a lot of people this before. I'm older. I'm in my 50s, guys, but I can still wrestle like I'm 25 years old. I know my time's got to come to an end. But, before I went out, I just want to let the fans know. When you can ask all the fans, they come and see Ricky Morton at a show. And I don't care if it's 5 or 10,000. I give the people what they want to come to see. That's what I trained for every day of my life. It can be in tag match or a single match. I still give them everything I got, but see, it's not the fan, because a lot of wrestling fans have never been there before. And I have this opportunity, and I want you to understand, when you watch other wrestling, like, I call it down south wrestling, watch these guys that's been, see, they can talk about me, but ask how many of them spend an hour time limit in the match. Ask Ric Flair went 17 straight with it. In tag matches, I hope the fans look at me like I'm different. I hope they look at me like, wow, at least he backed up what he said. At least I manned up to it. Yeah. Didn't really back it up. Because Kevin Nash, I'm not trying to insult, like I told you, I'm not trying to insult anybody. He's a 7-foot monster. Cut to the bone. Did you notice the arms of this guy, his waist? Oh, in top shape as anybody could ever be.
He was in the best shape of his life, it looked like to me, going into that match. He looked like he was in better shape than I've ever seen him in.
Well, you know what? And see, I'm not a bodybuilder, but I was in the best shape I ever been in going to that ring.
Yes, sir.
And I can say, he took this match seriously. He didn't just come out there and do it right because he knows, he didn't give and take anybody can be beat, but that's what one is about. Surely he could have knocked me completely out, but he didn't. Understood me, he got the ring, he knew what he was going to have to do to beat me. So he just went the other way with it. And I can respect that, and I hope the people respect that.
Yeah.
Because he knew that he was going to have to do that in order to beat me.
Yeah. So maybe last question, you years of talking about this, you think, you obviously you went out there to make a statement. You made a statement. Do you think you made the statement you wanted to make out there in the ring with Kevin Nash?
I'll make a little bit of one. It's, I'm still out here, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people in positions out there that, this is not directly towards Kevin Nash, it's towards a lot of people. And the statement I gotta make, I want to make it where they really know what I'm talking about. My love for this business, and that this business is not a game, that this business is something that unless you've been there, you know how to do it, because everybody out there thinks they're brain surgeons. And it's the most, and I prove it every night on the independent circuit. Maybe I don't draw 10,000 people, but buddy, wherever I go to, what kind of building it's in, it's packed. gone in so many different directions that has killed our wrestling business for for people out there that can really sponsorship behind it, because them guys are doing what they were doing. But AWE, I think we're on the right track to get that where it's going. The statement I want to make, it goes out to a lot more people than just Kevin Nash. And I hope you understand that. I'm not out here, I'm not name calling right now, but if anybody wants to see my interviews, they know where I'm coming from. I stand up for this business anytime, any place, and anywhere.